Most business owners focus on getting new customers. We are taught that growth comes from acquisition. We spend endless hours and significant budgets on marketing funnels, sales calls, advertising campaigns. The goal is always the same: pour more leads and more sales into the top of the business. But there is a fundamental flaw in this approach if it is your only strategy. It ignores the customers who are quietly slipping out the back door. This constant loss of existing customers creates a problem that can destabilize your entire operation. Even if your sales numbers look strong on the surface, it is a slow leak that drains your resources. Imagine your business is a bucket. Every new customer you acquire is like water. You pour into it. Your marketing and sales efforts are the faucet, working hard to fill it up. However, customer churn, the rate at which customers stop doing business with you, acts like a hole in the bottom of that bucket. If you only focus on pouring more water in without ever patching the hole, you will find yourself in a constant struggle. You have to run faster and faster just to stay in the same place. Your cash flow never gets a chance to accumulate and stabilize because you are continuously spending to replace what you have lost. This relentless cycle is exhausting and, more importantly, financially inefficient. The cost to acquire a new customer is almost always higher than the cost to keep an existing one. When a customer leaves, you don't just lose their future revenue. You also lose the initial investment you made to win them over in the first place. This makes your growth far more expensive and fragile than it needs to be. The businesses that stay strong, especially during uncertain economic times, understand this dynamic. They don't just sell well, they build systems to patch the leaks and keep their hard-won customers for longer. This is not just a customer service issue, it is a core financial strategy problem. Churn is a direct threat to your cash flow stability and your ability to forecast revenue accurately. When your customer base is constantly changing, your income becomes unpredictable. This volatility makes it difficult to plan for inventory, staffing, future investments. You are essentially operating in a reactive mode. The good news is that you can shift from this reactive state to a proactive one by focusing on retention as a disciplined financial tool. The solution to the leaky bucket problem is not to stop acquiring new customers. Instead, shift your focus toward a more balanced strategy. Treat customer retention as a primary driver of financial health. Keeping customers longer is one of the smartest ways to protect your cash flow, reduce revenue volatility, and build a much more stable business. Transform your customer base from temporary income into a predictable, long-term asset. Keep good customers and create recurring revenue you can rely on month after month. Think of retention as a cash flow protection system. Every customer you keep is a future revenue stream with very little extra acquisition cost. Loyal customers buy more over time, are less price sensitive, and become your best advocates through word of mouth. That creates a positive feedback loop. Stable revenue reduces pressure to constantly find new leads, letting you invest resources more strategically. Your business moves from frantic growth to sustainable, profitable stability. This is the hallmark of a truly resilient enterprise. We'll show you exactly how to build that stability. We'll go beyond generic advice and give a practical framework for reducing churn and building more predictable revenue. Learn to create automated touchpoints and loyalty incentives that keep customers engaged before they think about leaving. Reframe churn as a financial metric you must manage. Build a disciplined system that runs in the background to secure revenue. The promise is simple but transformative. By the end, you'll have a clear blueprint to turn customer loyalty into your greatest financial asset. recognize warning signs of a drifting customer and intervene effectively. We'll break down an automated retention system, onboarding follow-ups, and smart reactivation messages. Keep customers engaged, protect your cash flow, build a business that's not just growing but built to last. Let's get started. Let's go. When a customer decides to leave, many business owners see it as a single lost sale. This is a dangerous oversimplification. The real financial damage goes far deeper than one missed transaction. We must reframe churn, not as a customer service problem, but as a significant revenue problem with long-term consequences. The first and most obvious hit is to the customer's lifetime value, LTV. This isn't just about the money they would have spent today. It's about the entire stream of future revenue they would have generated over months or even years. A customer who was spending $100 per month and leaves after just 3 months has cost you the potential $900 they might have spent over the rest of the year and thousands more over their potential lifetime with your brand. This loss of future income is compounded by the fact that you have already paid to acquire that customer. Your marketing campaigns, your sales team's salaries, your advertising spend was an investment made with the expectation of a long-term return. When a customer churns prematurely, that initial investment is wasted. For instance, if it costs you $300 to acquire a new customer and that customer leaves before you have recouped that cost through their purchases, you have incurred a net financial loss. You are not just back to zero. You are in the red for that specific customer relationship, forcing your other customers to cover the deficit. This makes your entire business model less profitable. Furthermore, the true cost extends beyond direct financial metrics. Loyal, long-term customers often become more profitable over time. They tend to trust your brand more, leading them to purchase higher margin products. They require less support. They are also more likely to refer new customers to you, providing a source of nearly free, high-quality leads. When you lose a customer, you lose all of these expanding benefits. You lose a potential brand advocate, a source of valuable feedback for product improvement, and a stable component of your revenue base. The ripple effects of that single departure are far-reaching and costly. Therefore, calculating the true cost of churn requires a much broader perspective. You must account for the lost lifetime revenue, the squandered acquisition costs, the missed opportunities for upselling, and the loss of potential referrals. When you add all of these factors together, the financial impact is often 5 to 10 times greater. This is why managing churn is not a secondary task. It is a primary financial responsibility for any resilient business owner who wants to protect their cash flow and ensure long-term stability. Customer churn acts as a powerful yet often invisible brake on your company's growth. Even if your sales and marketing teams are performing exceptionally well and bringing in a steady stream of new customers, high churn can neutralize their efforts entirely. This creates a frustrating scenario where the business feels like it is spinning its wheels, working incredibly hard just to maintain its current size. You pour resources into the top of your funnel only to have them leak out just as quickly from the bottom. This cycle consumes your most valuable resources, time, money, energy, that could otherwise be used to fuel genuine expansion and innovation. You are forced to spend more and more on marketing and advertising just to keep your revenue flat, a condition known as the leaky bucket treadmill. This inflates your customer acquisition cost across the board. As you explore more expensive or less efficient channels, your growth engine is no longer focused on expansion. It is stuck in a permanent state of repair. This drains your cash flow and makes your business vulnerable to shifts in the advertising market or changes in customer acquisition trends. Moreover, this hidden drag affects your ability to forecast and plan for the future. When your customer base is a revolving door, your revenue becomes volatile and unpredictable. How can you confidently invest in new equipment, hire new staff, or expand your product line when you cannot reliably predict your income next quarter? This uncertainty forces you to be overly conservative. Instead of deploying cash to seize growth opportunities, you must hold it as a buffer. Your business is perpetually in a defensive crouch rather than a forward-leaning stance. Ultimately, high churn erodes your competitive advantage. While you are busy plugging leaks, your competitors with higher retention rates are reinvesting their profits into improving their products, enhancing their customer experience, and capturing more market share. They are building momentum while you're fighting inertia. The drag on your growth engine is not just an internal problem. It puts you at a significant disadvantage in the marketplace. Reducing churn is therefore one of the most strategic levers you can pull to unlock your company's true growth potential and build a more dominant, resilient business. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do you have a system that keeps customers engaged, or are you only reacting after they disappear? If your answer is the latter, you are leaving the stability of your business to chance. You are waiting for the leak to become a flood before you start looking for a patch, which is a fundamentally fragile way to operate. Predictability is the bedrock of a financially healthy business. It allows you to manage cash flow effectively, make informed strategic decisions, and sleep better at night. Customer churn is the single greatest enemy of this predictability. When customers leave at a high and fluctuating rate, your revenue streams become erratic and unstable. One month might look strong due to a successful marketing campaign, but the next could see a sharp dip as a cohort of customers from a previous period decides not to renew or not make a repeat purchase. This volatility makes financial planning feel like guesswork, undermining your ability to build a stable operational foundation. This problem is especially acute for businesses with subscription models, but it affects all businesses. For a SaaS company, you can't be sure of your monthly recurring revenue. For an e-commerce store, it means you can't reliably forecast demand for inventory. This revenue instability forces you to operate with a larger cash reserve, tying up capital that could be used for growth. Furthermore, churn complicates the process of securing external financing or investment. Lenders and investors prize predictability. A high or erratic churn rate is a major red flag, as it signals underlying issues with your product, service, or market fit. It suggests that your revenue is not secure and that future growth is not guaranteed. As a result, a business with a churn problem will find it much harder to get favorable loan terms or attract investment, limiting its options for scaling and navigating difficult economic periods. The solution is to shift your focus toward building a loyal customer base. The revenue from a retained customer is far more valuable. It is the steady foundation upon which all sustainable growth is built, transforming your cash flow from a volatile stream into a predictable river. An automated retention system is not a single piece of software. It's a series of proactive, timed touchpoints designed to reinforce value across the customer lifecycle. The foundation of this system begins the moment a customer makes their first purchase. A carefully designed onboarding follow-up sequence is your first and best opportunity to set the stage for a long-term relationship. This is more than just a welcome email. It's a guided journey that helps the customer achieve their first win as quickly as possible. An effective onboarding sequence should be automated. It could consist of 3 to 5 touchpoints sent over the first 1 to 2 weeks, day 1, day 3, day 7, day 14. The first message should be a warm welcome. Subsequent messages should be educational, not promotional. Quick start guide, a link to a tutorial video, a case study. The goal is to reduce friction and help them experience your core value. That makes your product indispensable from day one. After onboarding, transition into a cadence of automated check-in messages. These are not sales pitches, they are relationship building tools. Trigger check-ins at key intervals. Make check-ins more powerful by using data to personalize them. If a customer has not used a specific feature, offer a tip. If they've reached a usage milestone, send a congratulatory message. Celebrate progress through automated milestone rewards. These are small, unexpected acknowledgements of a customer's loyalty and usage. For instance, their 1-year anniversary. Another critical component is automated renewal reminders. Create a sequence of reminders. The first message should not just ask for money, it should be a value summary. Remind the customer of the benefits they've received. Despite your best efforts, some customers will inevitably go cold. This is where automated reactivation flows become essential. Trigger a specific sequence of messages designed to win them back. The final layer focuses on actively fostering deep loyalty, achieved through proactive loyalty, bonuses, and incentives. A loyalty bonus can be a surprise to your best customers. Design incentives to encourage retention behaviors. Offer early access to a new product. Invite them to an exclusive webinar. Non-monetary perks strengthen emotional connection. This shifts relationships from transactional to community. Building the loyalty loop closes the circle, a self-reinforcing cycle of recognition and rewarded loyalty. All of these elements work together. They create a robust, value-focused retention machine. By automating these crucial conversations, you ensure no customer falls through the cracks. We have journeyed through the critical connection between customer retention and the financial health of your business. We began by reframing churn as a direct and potent threat to your cash flow. This leaky bucket problem forces you into a reactive, expensive cycle. The solution is to build a business on a foundation of loyalty. We then identified the clear, measurable warning signs that a customer is drifting away. They provide a crucial window of opportunity to intervene before a customer is lost for good. Building an automated retention system is the answer to this challenge. It is your disciplined, proactive tool for financial resilience. It transforms retention from random, heroic efforts into a reliable, scalable process. The most resilient and profitable businesses understand that it is far smarter to protect the revenue you have already earned than it is to constantly chase more. Your first practical step is to start measuring retention as a key financial metric. Calculate your churn rate and your customer lifetime value. Start small, perhaps with a 30-day automated check in email or a 1-year anniversary message. Each small piece you add to your retention system strengthens your business and protects your cash flow. If you want a stronger, more stable business, do not just chase more customers. Protect the ones you have already earned. By building a systematic approach to retention, you are installing a cash flow safety net and building a foundation of financial resilience. This disciplined focus on loyalty is the hallmark of a truly resilient boss. Watch the next Resilient Boss video on cash flow and business resilience.